Our breath, and whether we're breathing well or we're breathing in a more stressed, dysfunctional breathing pattern, is very much related to our habits, our behaviors, specifically our emotional states. If we are in the habit of being in some of these lower emotional frequency states, whether it's fear, anxiety, helplessness, hopelessness, victim mentality, even anger, these are all going to negatively affect our breathing pattern. They're going to put us in more of a stressed breathing pattern. And so how do we learn to deal with this? How do we learn to move from a stressed breathing pattern or even disordered breathing, perhaps even air hunger or overbreathing or panic attacks, any one of these dysfunctional breathing states, to a more natural, balanced breathing state is, I believe, first learning the biomechanics of proper breathing. How do you breathe well? But then next, it's leaning into your wellness. How are you doing in your emotional well-being, your physical well-being, your spiritual well-being, occupational, mental, social? All of these areas of you as a holistic person, they matter. They really matter when we're trying to overcome stress and anxiety, when we're trying to get out of these dysfunctional patterns, these states where we get stuck in them. Anxiety being a really big one that I work with clients on. So I know that's just it's not really giving you the next steps. It's telling you that there is a way through it if you lean in to retraining the breath, to learning a proper breathing pattern using your respiratory diaphragm, not your neck and shoulders, not sending signals of tension and upregulating the sympathetic nervous system state. We don't want to do that. We don't want to be mouth breathing. We don't want to be breathing too fast, too hard, irregular, holding the breath. All of these are going to be irregular, dysfunctional breathing patterns that cause more stress in the body. What we want is we want to learn how to breathe well and be doing that on a consistent basis, especially if you've gotten into that sensation of air hunger and overbreathing and even panic attacks, hyperventilation syndrome. So definitely the breath is a part of this, but another big part of this is your overall wellness. We cannot overlook how important managing well-being is to managing anxiety. We can't offload that on somebody else either. We have to take radical responsibilities for our habits, our behavior, what is feeding our anxiety, whether it's our thoughts, the food we eat, the lack of exercise we do, or the over exercise we do. Like, there's so many different things within your well-being that you can use as ways to establish more of a balance for them in your life, a balanced well-being. And then when you're working on those two things, that's where the magic happens. When you're learning and working and growing, you're not staying stuck in that cycle of fear and anxiety and dysfunctional breathing. I help clients move out of that through proper breathing and wellness coaching. So if you're interested in that, please connect with me. I love getting on discovery calls. Right now, I'm able to do that in my schedule. I don't know that I'll always be able to do that, but for now, I can still do a live 30-minute coaching call, and that is such a great opportunity if you've been suffering from air hunger and breathing pattern disorders, where you can get on and we can connect. I myself was suffering significantly from having air hunger. I couldn't get that satisfying breath. I kept wanting to breathe more and more, that urge to breathe. And I was also just super anxious about it. And I went to all the different doctors. They thought I was crazy. I thought I was dying. I was having panic attacks. And nobody really talked to me about disordered breathing. Nobody talked to me about, the power that I had within my wellness. And luckily, my background is wellness. My background is yoga as well. So I knew I was breathing wrong. And I knew that I wasn't crazy. I knew that, okay, this pace that's going on in my life and some of the things I was doing to fuel that anxiety, that was not the way I needed to be living. So I knew that there was a lot that I could do within my own breath and well-being to overcome this. So it took me almost a year to overcome it myself. And now for the past 4 years, I've owned this company, Breathwell Coaching, and I've been able to help so many different people with their wellness, with their internal communication, how they talk to themselves, how they talk to others. We talk about emotional healing, emotional health, spiritual health, and breathing, breathwork. I am a physiologist, and a wellness coach. That's what I went and got my master's in. So this is something I'm not just passionate as somebody who's experienced it myself and had to go through it myself, but I've been doing this type of work for a long time. And so I know the value of it, and I know how important it is to have good rhythms that establish peace, joy in your life, like a sense of calm and grounded connectedness. Like, these things are important. So I hope that, I'm sorry you're here, because if you're here, you're likely suffering, and having a dysfunctional breathing pattern and being hyper consumed and focused in on your breath, that is really overwhelming. And a lot of people feel very isolated in that. I know I did. I felt very alone in my panic attacks and my anxiety. I felt very misunderstood when I tried to explain to people about how I couldn't breathe, and I kept reaching and sucking in and holding my breath, and my breath was just totally a nightmare. And so I know how terrible it can feel being in it. And so that's why I'm here. That's why I do the work I do. That's why I love coaching privately, one-on-one with clients, and my Breathe Well, Live Well private coaching program. So it's about a 60-day program, 2 to 3 months usually. And that's 8 sessions where I work with clients on this specific issue. So if you want to get connected, you want to talk, you want to, have somebody witness what you're going through and hear you and hopefully understand you and potentially point you in the right direction where we can work together, then go ahead and sign up for that coaching call. There's going to be a link in the description. And thank you for being here. If you decide not to do a coaching call, hang around, subscribe to my channel. I give a lot of helpful guided videos on breathing and meditations to help you turn down the volume of your anxiety. So I hope that the work that I do here is beneficial to you and adds value to your life and helps you on your healing journey. So thanks for being here. Breathe well. Bye.
Welcome to Breathe Well Coaching. We're here to help you connect within from the comfort of your own home, to help you overcome stress and anxiety through guided breathwork, mindful meditation, and somatic movement practices like yoga and Pilates. You can also partner with one of our certified health and wellness coaches so that you can make positive, lasting, and sustainable changes in your health and well-being. For more details, check out breathewellcoaching.com.